You always hear about these strength and conditioning coaches talk about the core. You need to strengthen the core! But hardly ever mention the sling systems and the benefits it can have for athletic performance and injury prevention. So, looks like I'm gonna have to do it for you. One of the most common injuries on this planet for humans is the region of the lower back, which is a very complicated and delicate area with muscles, fascia, tendons, nerves surrounding the region. With so little effort, so many things can go wrong. So that's why it's really, really important to strengthen the area with the system called the POS, the Posterior Oblique Sling. The POS for short, because it's an absolute tongue twister, and I don't really want to repeating it every 2 seconds because I'm going to be mentioning it quite a lot. So POS, yes, let's go. So I'm gonna use this shit. Really get the POS firing efficiently and properly to really allow a healthier gait cycle, which is a pattern of how a person walks, and really strengthen the area, especially the lumbar spine and the sacroiliac joint, which is in the pelvis bone between the spine, between the coccyx and the lumbar spine. In between them two is the sacroiliac joint, and it sits in between the iliac crest. Not only that, but for fighters also, how could this biomechanical change and this strengthening the posterior system chain, the POS, can really strengthen that system of the sling and make your punches a lot harder and really give you that knockout power. And as a fighter, who the fuck don't want power? Cause I want power. For you fighters out there, if you watch Nate Diaz, his interviews, he's funny, man. I want to be a fighter, cause fighting's all about fighting. You know, if you fight me, I'll fight you, and we'll both fight. That's 99% of his interviews. That's how they go. I think he has actually been punched in the head too many times, but he's a fucking character. Oh, gee, 420, dog. But before I get into all that, let me first explain what the POS system is. The POS system is a posterior chain that consists of the gluteus maximus, the thoracolumbar fascia, and the latissimus dorsi. So, like I said, it consists of the gluteus maximus, which is in the blue, the butt cheeks, the big bubble butt that all the ladies want to get for the guys, and the thoracolumbar fascia is the red, and that's fascia. It's tendon. It's not a muscle. So for the bodybuilders who go, oh man, I want to get my lower back a bit bigger, it's a tendon. It's not gonna get bigger. You sound stupid, so do one. And last but not least, the latissimus dorsi in the purple. All here, so as you can see, the blue, the red, and the purple all connect together with something called a fascia, which is, without getting too scientific, because I've only got so many minutes that I kind of can capture your attention, I don't want to drag on a bit. Fascia, just think about it, it's underneath the skin, and it's kind of the communicator between muscle groups. New research has found this fascia isn't just there to kind of chill and have a brew with the cells or the skin cells. It has a purpose, and the purpose is it kind of communicates with each muscle group to kind of get this sling system going, firing as a system and as a whole. And allowing this chain to work together, it stabilizes your sacroiliac joint. For short, I'll say SI because I don't really want to be saying it. It's a tongue twister and I kind of struggle with it. So SI for short for me. Understood? Check, yes! So the SI joint, sacroiliac, is a joint that's responsible for transferring weight from your upper body to your lower body. Having a stable SI joint is paramount for transferring forces through the pelvis. The gym guys who love the compound movements, this is really essential for you guys. Also for a healthier gait cycle for athletes, so they can be more agile, going side to side. Really, really important for injury management. So if you have a really healthy sacroiliac joint, by healthy I mean good muscles, good firing sling systems to kind of stop the overturning of the hips. To kind of stop that, this is what the POS system, one of the sling systems is the POS system. Side to side movements, which injuries tend to happen more with knees, ankles, all them kind of decreased Due to having a stable SI joint and having this POS system firing efficiently, it increases performance dramatically. Being an athlete, getting injured is like 30% of the game. You know, you get injured all the time, whether it's little niggles or there and this, and you know, you're never going to be 100%. But what I am trying to stop is the big injuries. You know, the ones that make you stop doing what you love. I'm not saying this is a 100% bulletproof system. Nothing is. You know, but this definitely aids what you have already. It adds a tremendous percentage to what you've got. So, you know, if it's for your own benefit, it doesn't hurt to add it at all. The training methods towards athletic performance are evolving to more chain-based systems. Rather than look at muscle groups anatomically as individual, we now look at things more as a system. The POS is a system. Posterior Oblique Sling is a system that works, and it will continue to work as long as you apply the exercise that I'm going to give you in a short while. As you can see, the POS system starts from the gluteus maximus, works its way up to the thoracolumbar fascia and all the way to the lats. But if we pay a closer attention to the glutes and the strands and the direction that it's going in, you can see that it's going towards the thoracolumbar fascia, and that energy then creates as a sling. When you get an elastic band and you pull it, bam, that's exactly what this system is. It's like a sling, and it works together through the system of fascia. One thing you want to get your head around is that the strands of fascia is what communicates and connects these muscles together. You see, fascia is a material like, for example, like my shirt. You know, if you look at it closely, it's kind of woven material over and over and over and again to make one big shirt. This is what fascia is. You know, it's a shirt that has got strength, fascia that's got strength and elasticity. But sometimes with the fascia, you develop knots, and them knots kind of stop muscles from working, just like a muscle when you get knots in your muscle. Fascia play a massive role as well. And back to the fibrous attachment, as you can see, it attaches to the glutes and also up in the lats. Due to our isolation movements that we still do in this generation, even some degree strength and conditioning coaches kind of look at a muscle group and how a body functions. See, a strength and conditioning coach will only improve an athlete of how they perceive the body to be like. If they see the body in isolation purposes, what I mean by that is if they just, when they look at a human body, a picture or an ideology, if they think about the human body as separate, like, okay, that's the bicep, this is the chest. When you do a bench press, you work on your chest, triceps. If they kind of think about it like that, then they're not gonna improve your athletic performance. You know, that's the old school stuff. This is the new school. That's why you see like calisthenics athletes, they are ridiculously strong. This is why you see sprinters. Why, you know, have you ever asked yourself why sprinters are fucking jacked? Because the upper body plays just as important as the lower body in athletic performance, in getting that healthy gait cycle. Everything plays a part from your posterior down to your legs. Like I said, due to the population of people still doing isolation movements, I'm not saying that's bad. If you're a bodybuilder and you go for aesthetics, that's fine. But if you're a guy who wants to improve an athletic ability, for example, a mixed martial arts, explosive fighting, athletic field, then you kind of need to step away from isolation movements. So the next question you might be thinking is, how? What's how? I'm not fucking Chinese. How does this improve my punching power? Well, when you throw, in fact, I'll change it a little bit differently. When you put a fist to a face, there's a lot happening before that gets there. All that power comes from the ground. If you've got a stable ground, a solid foundation, you're gonna have the hardest punch in terms of like power. If you have, for example, unstable ground or ones that's not solid where you can load up and throw the power, then you're not going to get a solid foundation. You're not going to get that really 100% drive that your body can create out of the situation of the surface. Energy is then transferred from the ground to your legs, from your legs to your hips, and then guess what? Onto this POS system, and eventually the fist in the face. How to connect the POS, this, and you together, make a lovely little couple so you can be happily skipping down memory lane with smiles on your face and injury free. I'm going to give you one particular exercise that really connects you with the POS system. Get a good swing first. Yep. Get that rhythm sequence going, and from there You're gonna put this back, lunge, and you can hold that there for now just to get the sequence. Make sure this is under tension in an isometric hold. So from here, you swing. And there you go. As you can see, my left leg is in an isometric hold with hip extension, keeping it a neutral spine throughout the movement. My right shoulder being in extension as I extend with the cable or the resistance band.